The last one that I want to point out is the Pithon spirit. The Pithon spirit, as his name implies, squeezes the life out of you. You could call it a piling on spirit. It's when one thing after another happens. It starts with small things and then they grow. The reason it's called a Pithon spirit is because it operates just like that python. Does the python get you and just wrap you all up? It gets you, it holds on, and it wraps a coil around you. And it waits for you to exhale, and it wraps another coil around you. And it waits for you to exhale, and it wraps another coil around you. And every time you exhale, when your lungs collapse, it gets a little tighter. So your next breath is a little shallower until finally it has all of its coils wrapped around you, and the weight of it crushes you. What keeps you from being crushed physically? The air inside of you. Anything with no air in it does what? You can take a plastic bottle and suck the air out of it. You're not sucking the sides of that bottle in. You're sucking the air out. Then atmospheric pressure smashes the sides in. So that snake, when all the air's out of you, you're crushed. But it piles on one coil at a time. It's that one thing at a time. It's the car breaks down, then the roof leaks. If it was just the car that broke down, you could handle it, right? So right when you get ready to get over that, then the roof started leaking. And then you try to get a handle on that, and the kids get sick. And then you about get that under control, and the pool won't clear up. And then the dishwasher broke. And then the insurance went up. You know, it's that one thing after another that piles on until it crushes you. This python spirit that I'm talking about usually comes when you're the closest to God you've ever been. That's when it comes in. When you're right there. When God's about to bring you to a whole nother level, it'll come and start piling on. And what it does, when it has you all wrapped up in all these piles, all these wraps, it'll start whispering to you. This wouldn't happen. This didn't happen before you served God. You know, you'll never make it. You've tried this before and it didn't work. It'll start whispering things like that to you. It did that to the children of Israel in the desert, remember? They had seen the miraculous. They just walked through the Red Sea on dry ground. They just saw bread rain down from heaven. They just saw water flow out of a rock and all this other. They saw the plagues hit the Egyptians and all the things that they just saw. They're about to have their big breakthrough. They're about to enter into the promised land. And this spirit starts to rattle. And what's he start telling them? Things were better in Egypt, weren't they? Wasn't it better back there before you stepped out and started serving God? In Egypt, you didn't have to live on bread that fell from heaven. You had all kinds of meat. You see? It's that piling on. It's that piling on. And if we don't take authority over that, if we don't recognize that as being a spirit, then it can crush us. It calls you to give up. James 1, verses 2 through 4. I'm going to read the same thing. I'm reading the New King James and the NLT. But James 1, 2 through 4 says, My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Then in the NLT it says, Dear brother and sister, when troubles come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. You'll be content. I'm not saying being complacent. I'm saying be content. Where you can wake up in the morning and say, Thank you, Lord. This is the day that you made. I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for my blessings. Just to have contentment. not thinking about what I need, what I want to do, where I want to go, what I want to build, what I want to. Contentment. When you have contentment, you have rest.